call this meeting of the Alvin Independent School District to order. Let the record show that a quorum of board members is present, that this meeting has been duly called, and that notice of this meeting has been posted in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act, Texas Government Code, Chapter 551. And if you will join me in the invocation and pledge, David will be offering our invocation.
Heavenly Father, we come to you today asking for your guidance, wisdom, and support as we begin this meeting. Help us engage in meaningful discussion and lead each one of us so that we can make fruitful contributions. Enable us to think and strategize in new ways that will achieve great results for our children, staff, and community, and help us meet our greatest potential. Inspire us to reflect with gratitude on all that is good in this world and all that we have been given in life, our family, our friends, and the community here at Alvin ISD. Amen.
Amen. And we have a friend today helping us with the pledge. Would you like to tell them who you are?
Hi, my name is Cheyenne, and I am from Walt Disney Elementary.
Yes. So,
How can I put this down? Wait, lead us? Will you lead us with the pledge?
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, for liberty and justice for all. I honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible.
Great job. Thank you.
Thank you. Good job.
All right, we will now move into the superintendent's report.
Okay, board, we had employee recognition last Thursday evening, and we had our Teachers of the Year, our Rookie Teachers of the Year, and Paraprofessionals of the Year that were named, as well as our different departments had their Employees of the Year. So great recognition with our this year's theme of Building a Legacy on Learning. The event celebrated staff members across the district for their service, their leadership, and dedication to student success. So congratulations to all of our winners. Our HEB Excellence Banquet. Last weekend, the HEB Excellence Education Awards were held in Austin, and Nora Martinez, who's a teacher at Shadow Creek High School, was honored as a finalist, and you see her there with Principal Craig Rhodes and our Representative Jeff Berry. So congratulations to Nora. We also did our staff appreciation last week, and several of you trustees helped distribute our backpacks. Those were things that some of our staff said, we want another backpack. And so this year was our backpack year, where we went across the district and all of our areas, not just teachers, but all staff across the district with backpacks in hand, visiting our campuses and departments. We're so thankful for each and every employee and what they do each day to make a difference in each student's life here in Alvin ISD. So thank you to our staffs. Congratulations to Chloe Kerline from Manville High School. Her artwork was selected for the 14th Biennial Teen Council Exhibition, Out of Stock, at the Contemporary Arts Museum in Houston. You're welcome to go see her piece and others from talented Alvin ISD students. They're on display through October. Congratulations, Chloe. We have a salute to our nurses. On April the 30th, 6 amazing Alvin ISD nurses attended the Salute to Nurses luncheon, where they were named among Houston's top 10 nurses in the Houston Chronicle's prestigious Salute to the Nurses publication. Congratulations to Victoria Incherkin at Nichols Mock Elementary, Dion Prescott at Savannah Lakes Elementary, Shauna Pretty at Stevenson Primary, Maritza Reyes at Harvey Junior High, Dina Connor at Alvin High School, and Katrina Weber, who is our coordinator of nursing services. So congratulations to all of them. They treat our students and staff daily. So thank you to our nurses and congratulations to these. Then we have graduation next week, beginning on Tuesday, May the 20th, will be Manville High School at Freedom Field, beginning at 7:30 p.m. Make sure you hydrate because it's still hot at that time. On Wednesday morning, May the 21st, we have Rise Academy at 9 a.m. at the PAC, the Performing Arts Center at Alvin High School. And then we have Alvin High School that evening at 7:30 at Freedom Field. Shadow Creek High School, May 22nd. That's Thursday evening at 7:30 at Freedom Field. And then Iowa Colony High School on Friday evening at 7:30. It's their first graduating class, so we're very excited for the seniors there and the staff. And that will also be at Freedom Field, and we're praying it doesn't rain. Makeup days, we've had people ask. That's why we save Saturdays and Sundays in case we have to double up, but we're hoping it doesn't rain. So congratulations to our seniors. This week we'll also be celebrating top 20 at each high school and top 2 at Rise Academy with the Education Foundation Excellence Banquet on Thursday evening out at Heritage. And then summer will begin for for our students and some of our staff, our last day of school and early release. And here are the times. You can find that on the website as well. Can't believe we're ending another year. So thank you to our staff.
All right, thank you, Superintendent Nelson, for sharing all of those great things happening in our districts and great things to come next week with commencement ceremonies. All right, at this time, we will move into student and faculty commendations with Trustee Scott and Trustee Swinney.
Well, good evening, board. Hello, welcome all our guests tonight. We're very glad that you're here with us. When I call your name, please come forward. Parents, you're welcome to take photos. This is your time to shine, students. So parents, we want you to feel welcome to do so. So we're going to start out with our DECA Skills USA group with HOSA and FCCLA and TSA. So DECA is an international student organization that prepares emergent leaders and entrepreneurs in marketing, finance, hospitality, and management. So congratulations to these amazing students for doing an outstanding job this year. Shadow Creek High School, we have Abel Raji, Anna Carcare, Michelle Khan, Amani Ronair, Sean Fisher, Daryl Don, John Orhuela, and Noah Thomas. And these 3 students qualified for nationals as well. We have Arnev Gadi, Daniel Portillo, and Stephen Thomas. And these are your students from Shadow Creek High School.
Ms. Rives, do we have any of the teachers here that teach these students?
That's a great question. Do we have any of them?
Any of
Did
the
any
teachers?
of the
Okay.
staff come that work with them?
Okay.
Okay. It's a great feat, so congratulations to all of you. It's a pretty big deal to make it that far, so very much so. So thank you very much. Next, we're with Skills USA. It's a student organization that trains future professionals in skilled trades and leadership. Congratulations to the following students for competing and earning high recognition at the state competition. So from J.B. Hensler, we have Cadence Vela. She won a $10,000 scholarship. And, he did. And Hector Martinez, and he won a $3,000 scholarship. Daniel Coronado as well. Ashton Estrada. Arthur Flores II. Joe Lozano. Alika Morris, Maya Burnett, Zuli Ramos, and Sophia Safes. And next for the same competition from Alvin High School, we have Angel Flores, Jesse Sizemore, Estela Montoya, and Aaron Loy. Could I ask some of you to step up on the back and the rest of you squeeze in so we could get a better photo? So some of you just step up on that step, the rest of you squeeze in. There we go. It's easier to get you in the photo all together
Front
that
of them.
way.
Yeah, come on over in front. There we go.
A lot of money up there.
Perfect. Y'all look really nice. Are there any teachers here from these students?
Others, yeah.
I think yes.
Come on up if you are, if you'd like to get in
Come
the
on up
photo.
and
We'd
get in the
love for you to
picture.
get in the photo. There we go. It's a great group there who've worked very hard this year. Congratulations. Thank you very much.
Special seat.
Okay, next we have TSA, or Technology Student Association. It's a student organization that blends STEM education with leadership and business skills through hands-on projects and competitions. The following students competed at the state level. So from Shadow Creek High School, we have Adelia Hansbay, Amos Sidek. And then these three students qualified for nationals. We have from Shadow Creek High School, we have Dhruva Shundock, Joshua Jacob, and Razit Nandi. Congratulations. Do we have their teachers here tonight? Anybody? No? Okay. Great job. I know a lot of hard work went into that as well, so we're very, very proud of y'all. Great job. Thank you very much. Next, we have the FCCLA, or Family, Career, and Community Leaders of America. It's a student leadership organization that helps students build life and career skills through family and consumer sciences. Congratulations to the amazing students for competing at the state competition. From Alvin High School, we have Lily Ritchie. She's in a category all by herself, but great job. I love it. Wonderful job. That's it on that one. Thank you very much. And that's right. Good job, Lily. Next, we have HOSA. It's a student-led organization that prepares future health professionals through leadership, education, and real-world experience. Congratulations to the following amazing students who will be moving on to the national level. That's pretty amazing. So, Shadow Creek High School, Isabella Villanueva. Vamula. Ayana Shadari. And Alina Matthew. And Amara Chakwarmayuri. I'm so sorry if that was not correct. Great job, ladies. That's a pretty big deal. So, congratulations on making it that far and good luck at nationals
It's in Nashville.
in
At
Nashville.
Opryland.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You're going to have a lot of fun. There are celebrities.
No.
Great job. Thank you very much. Last but not least, we have Scholastic Art and Writing Awards. So the Scholastic Art and Writing Awards are prestigious recognition honoring students for their exceptional creativity, originality, and skills in both visual arts and writing. These students' works were recently selected to be judged at the national level in New York City and received both silver and gold medal recognition at Carnegie Hall this summer. Congratulations to Alvin High School student Eleonora Sanford. And Shadow Creek High School student Mintron Pham. Teachers Claire Chauvin and Amy Gardzil. If your teacher is here, please come up.
I think Ms. Garzel's here.
Yeah, I
Is
think
there-
they're
Yeah,
both-
they're both here.
Yeah.
Come on up, teachers.
Wow, what an accomplishment. I mean, to be recognized tonight on a national level, we had quite a few that were. That's pretty amazing.
It's awesome.
Thank y'all so, oh, wait, one more picture. One more picture. Congratulations, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we'll now move into announcement of board training credits. School board members must complete training that is required by the State Board of Education, and the board president must publicly announce whether each board member has met their training requirements. This announcement must be made each year. And I'm pleased to present that all Alvin ISD board members have all met or exceeded their yearly requirements for continuing education training. All right. And we'll wait, we've got 2 presentations coming up, but this is an excellent time for families to leave if you're ready to get home and have dinner and do homework and get to bed for school tomorrow.
Some of us have excelled in those hours. I was at the top of my class.
Like my buddy Earl would say, the front row is open. Doors of the church are open.
I'm not gonna pass the plate.
Hey, never moved yet.
Right.
Listen, if I just came to the accommodations was a,
Yeah.
But I mean,
right, we will move into our presentations. We have two presentations, and we will start with the presentation by the Alvin Independent School District Education Foundation.
So Board, the Alvin ISD Education Foundation is a nonprofit educational corporation organized in 1998 for educational and charitable purposes exclusively for the benefit of Alvin ISD. The memorandum of understanding that the foundation has with the district states, the foundation shall annually provide a cost-benefit evaluation to the district regarding the district's investment in the foundation and the foundation's use of this investment for educational or public purposes. This evaluation shall be presented annually to the Alvin ISD Board of Trustees at a public meeting. Brandy Groth, Alvin ISD Education Foundation Executive Director, and Melba Irvin, well, no, that's not right. Lori Lynn Wynn. No, Mr. Becker, not Mr. Becker, no. The foundation president will give the presentation, but we also have several of our board members here this evening, and these are all volunteers who give of their time so graciously to give back to our district, our staff, and our students. So thank you. So, Ms. Groth?
Press the button.
You're good.
It's on.
Okay. Thank you so much for having us tonight. We are so excited to announce our annual check that we do each year. And it is such an honor to stand here before you. I'm the new executive director. I started in June. And my board is spectacular, so I want to brag on them for a minute. This year has been filled with honest conversations, heartfelt ideas, and a shared commitment for growth. And that was our overall goal. The kind of courage and collaboration speaks volumes about the integrity and dedication that define each of our board members here tonight. What we're celebrating today isn't the result of just one person's work. It's the reflection of all of us, our board, our volunteers, our sponsors, and our supporters and community. It's the progress we've made together, and it's a clear sign of our commitment to Alvin ISD and public schools across the board. This year, we took some bold steps, beginning with a brand new theme for our annual gala. If you can go to the next slide for me. I'm going to kind of turn this way.
Oh, there should be a clicker, he said.
Oh, I do? Oh, just kidding.
Maybe so.
What do I push? Thank you. All right. Okay. So the creative shift brought a fresh energy and excitement, and it paid off in a big way. But thanks to everyone's hard work, we were able to raise more money than we ever had at our annual gala. But not long after that, this board showed up again, this time for our Walt Disney family. And I'm not sure if everybody knows, but our board spearheaded a huge Walt Disney recovery. We showed up, we did what we needed to do because Alvin ISD is a family, but not just Alvin ISD, our community in general. We're a family, and that's what we do when we need to do it. And we recognized the need, and we came together, and we shared a spirit and support and compassion for each other. And it's moments like these that highlight the heart of our group, and it reminds us why our work matters so much. Then came our biggest fundraiser of the year, our turtle race. And this time we took some big, bold steps, and we relocated our turtle race. And we knew that we wanted to go to a more centralized location. We knew it would be a change, but we knew that it would be a meaningful one. And with the shift, we welcomed more of our Alvin ISD families, especially those on the west side, and we helped create an event that was more inclusive and accessible all the way across our district. And the results were incredible because we not only raised the most funds in the event's history, but we also saw a huge jump in participation with over 800 runners, including 150 from the previous year. But that momentum didn't stop with our events. It carried into every corner of our work. We continued to strengthen our partnerships with our Alvin ISD CTE programs. We've built relationships throughout the district, and we've sought impactful grant opportunities. And we're proud to say that every single grant that we wrote this year, we were awarded. That's pretty impressive. But it's a true statement to the intention and the effectiveness behind every step that we've taken as a board. And now the moment we've all been waiting for. While the numbers already tell an impactful While the numbers already tell a powerful story, there's one you'll notice, there's X's, because we're missing them. But that's okay. The amount represents more than just dollars. It reflects the heart of our community, the heart of our board, and the heart of our Alvin ISD family, as well as all of our sponsors. None of this would be possible without the generosity in support of our community. Every sponsor, every donor, every business, every individual, and everyone who stood behind us and near us and beside us, you've helped us make a true impact. Thank you for the reason we came. We can continue to dream big, give boldly, and continue fueling success across Alvin ISD. So on behalf of the Alvin ISD Education Foundation, it is a great honor to present the 2024-25 donations to Alvin ISD in the amount of $529,599.52. That's amazing.
What's up, buddy?
Step on up.
That's some serious class.
Okay.
That's great.
I like it. I like it. Make that the cash. It'll help.
Thanks, y'all.
I do have one thing that I wanted to share with everybody about what was just presented. I wanted to kind of go back to the Walt Disney thing. Everyone that is in here probably understands that there was a lot of donations coming in at the time that the tornado had hit Walt Disney. Our community stepped up in a huge, huge way. But I am telling you now that it took somebody that could organize this massive undertaking that needed to be in control to help us get that on the ground and get it running and get the donations to the people, which is what we did. And that was made possible from Brandy because Brandy Growth, our executive director, she stepped up immediately. Definitely saw the need that was there because so many different things were coming into play. And she said, you know what, that is one thing our group can do. She talked to the board, she talked to the foundation board, executive board, and they came up with doing that. So we would like to tonight honor Brandy Growth. We have a certificate of recognition for you, so if you would come up.
Let's get a picture and then we'll go ahead. So I will say, and kind of reiterate what Ms. Rives said, when the tornado hit, immediately we responded, right? And then once the media put it out and people started hearing, and this wasn't just in Texas or just in our community, this was across the nation. My phone started ringing with people wanting to write checks. And so as my team was working together, I have to give kudos to Mr. Guest. He said, let me get with Brandy Growth and see if we can get those donations funneling through our foundation, because it'll be easier for our school then and our staff to get to the funds for the need right away. And so he contacted her, and she didn't hesitate, and she said yes. And she organized her foundation board to help with support, along with so many other community people. But had we not had the foundation support to receive those funds, we would have had to deny some of them, because that was during Christmas break. And so I will tell you, she was there day in and day out, taking calls, also really seeking out other dollars and monies for Walt Disney staff. And so thank you, Brandy. That was a huge undertaking, like a month or two before your turtle race. And so I remember saying, okay, now you have to stop and go focus on your turtle race. But really, thank you to the foundation and the dollars that you donated. I mean, the 590 something, how much?
529, 599.
Okay, wow. That's amazing. And that's a testament to all of you that serve on the board and the work that you put in, and with your guidance from Ms. Gross. So thank you for all you do. And Brandy, we appreciate you, the community appreciates you, and I know our board appreciates all that you do for staff and students. So thank you. Thank you.
All right, our second presentation will be by Stantec Architects with a presentation on the schematic design for elementary number 23 at Cantera Creek.
So board, as you know, Stantec, we've worked with them. They've been a great partnership and supporter of the foundation and supporter of the district over the years, and they do great work for us. Elementary Campus 23 schematic design is part of the 2024 bond that our community supported. So Mark Jackson's here this evening. He's a principal at Stantec. So Mark, I'm going to turn it over to you to.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much for having us. That's a hard act to follow, what they just brought to you. So
Yeah.
We'll accept donations.
You donating the same amount to the school?
Beat their donation, beat it.
But just once again, Brandy and your group, congratulations, or outstanding job. It's such an honor to partner with y'all on these projects, with the foundation, and just everything that we've done for so many years, for a couple, 2.5 decades now. So once again, we're here today to present to you elementary school design. So thank you very much for having us. Thank you to the voters for approving the bond and for y'all's trust in us continuously on these projects. So green button, right? Here we go. So elementary 23. So first of all, there's a lot of people, and I'm not going to name every name, but there's a lot of people that go into these projects. And so just to name a few, of course, all of you on the board and in the district that support us and support these projects, to Bill and Rory and Matt DeVoe and his team and Billy, and I'm going to leave a few names off. There's just a tremendous amount of people that go into this. There's 5 times as many as you see on the screen and behind the scenes. And so from the Stantec side of things, again, I'm Mark Jackson, principal with Stantec. A lot of the names that you might recognize there from our team and some of our consultants. So it's a great honor for all of us to partner with y'all again and again and again on these projects. So let's get into number 23. So first of all, 23. Wow, can you believe that?
No.
When I started working in the district, it was Duke, which I think was 15. So it's come a long way. So I'm going to go, I'm not going to take too long, but we're going to go through, I'm going to talk about the schedule of the project, the location and the site of the project. I'm going to show you the floor plans, and then we're going to look at kind of the material palette so you get an idea of what the flavor and the colors of the building is going to be. And then we'll look at some exterior and some interior renderings. And if needed, stop me at any time and we can go backwards, forwards, however we need to do that. Hopefully you can see this pretty well, but it's a bar chart of our schedule. So right now, we're kind of in where it says today, kind of halfway through that CD phase. The blue bar is all the design, the documentation. So the CDs, that's what we call construction documents. So we've been working with Bill and his team quite a bit going forward on programming the project, getting the design right, getting everything where we need it to be in order to present it to y'all. What's going to happen here in the summer is we're going to go out to bid the project, and I don't know, I can't read the exact dates there, it's a little blurry from my eyes, but this summer we'll be going to you for bidding and permitting, and then coming back to you to present an award for a contractor with a bid. So this is a CSP bid. which is a design bid build type project, not a CM at risk project. So it'll be hard bid to the public. And then construction, we've got about 17 months of construction plan there. What you see is that gets you construction stopping sometime around the end of February or the beginning of March of '27. So it gets you plenty of time to get moved in, get things inspected, get things re-inspected, so that really we spent that late spring, early summer doing our due diligence so that you're not rushing to get into that building. We've all been there before where we've had to rush to get into a building. It's not fun. So we've padded the schedule in order to hopefully prohibit that. And then moving in. So fall of 2027 is your move in. So where are we at? Where's this, been asked that question quite a few times. So last time I presented this, first time I presented this map, there was only a few stars on there. Every time I come here, there's more and more stars because you keep building more schools. So you see Highway 6 and 288 going north-south, and then Meridiana Parkway kind of going east-west. So all the yellow stars are your current schools, and the yellow one there at the kind of top, near the left top, is elementary school 23. So I'm going to zoom in on that here in just a second, but it just goes to show I'm not saying anything you don't already know, but wow, the growth is there, right? And it's still coming, it's still happening. So Alvin ISD is such the place to be for all of these developers, and we couldn't be more thankful. Keeps us busy. So I'm going to zoom into that little box right there, because what it is, it's a site that's really kind of master plan for elementary 23 and a future junior high school site. So there's enough land there to build that. You see it's Carston Road, that's kind of the north-south boundary, and Bullard on the going east-west along the top there. There's already a lot of homes being built there. This map is a little bit old. If you've driven by that area, you see rooftops. It is in a master plan development, so all of our drainage is off-site. That's why you don't see detention ponds on our site. They're just off the page there to the south. So zooming in to our main site here. So north is pointing up. So if I kind of follow the pathway off of White Gold, the driveway is your parent stacking lane. So it comes around, goes north, loops back down. So we do that on purpose. You see a lot of schools in order to maximize the number of cars that can stack. It loops around. One of the things that we've been doing on the last few projects are kind of one-way parking lots. So what that means is you can get into that parking lot and you can swing back around. If you miss your spot, you can keep looping back around. If you're dropping a kid off and you need to park to do something, you can do that continuously without having to get stuck in the drop-off lane or go back off onto the public road. So the star there where it says admin, that's kind of the main front door. We'll see that flip in a minute. The other star where it says near gym, that's the length of the drop-off canopy. So if you don't want the kiddos coming in on your main front entry, sometimes we'll bring them in on the side entry. They'll be open only during the time for security reasons. You can do that. On the east side, off of Carston, similar loop. This is for your buses. So again, it's a one-way loop, one-way parking lot. So you have the ability to loop around and get back in. Star there where it says cafeteria, that's where your kiddos would come in from your bus drop. Also, you'll see on the rendering the covered canopy, so they can either be staged in the gym waiting for a bus or the cafeteria, which is what you usually see, or there's just outside. A little bit more on the property, the fields and the playgrounds to the north there. So all north, that's where the junior high would come in. So some of the parking, the efficiency of the site will allow us to then extend the parking lot from the elementary school to the junior high, kind of share the bus loop, so there'll be some efficiencies there from a cost and concrete standpoint. That'll happen in the future. So this is a new design, but it's kind of a hybrid of those two. So we were challenged with come up with a new design that kind of takes every time we repeat design, I was trying to improve on it the next time, right? So the best was start with the some of the things incorporated from most recent schools. So basically, I'll call it the louder spaces are kind of on the right-hand side, which are gym, cafeteria, and music and art. And then most of your other academic spaces are on the left of that kind of that white bar. But here, as opposed to it's different from Duke and Mariana, is the entry is on the corner, not like more visible. So on the corner, as you're that point, or wasn't installed solid lobby, because then you would not anyway, and then either go into the admin offices or the classrooms, wherever you need, wherever you're there for. Library is in the center. You'll see some of that on the renderings, just like your previous schools. And then working away around it on the blue boxes are all your academic spaces. On the first floor are your pre-K, pre-K rooms, and the other groups of six, your gardeners, first graders, as well for the rest of your grade level classrooms, that all each grade level has a equal room to stand for that grade level. Your first graders have one, your second graders, and so on, kindergartners. And then the white bar separates it. That's kind of when you exit to the where your louder, more active spaces are starting to body your gym, music. It's not so designed as you can kind of access to see the activity. Hours in general and dining. No more of the roll-up doors that are maintenance nightmares. So we hear about those all the time. So we can really shut this down pretty simple. Come to the second floor. Similar library in the middle of the area below. And things like that. But no mezzanine, that's just what the above art and music spaces below. So I'm going to go to kind of our color palette here. What we've done here is kind of more of a pastel type color scheme from, you might call East Mason, red colors. Our red was a little more pastel. Has boldness to it, also has elements to it. So the four colors, the light blue, the orange, that into the classroom spaces, but in your larger gathering spaces of your cafeteria and your library, we combine a lot of the sources that kind of easier to see, so it's not overdone. The whole special you see on the back so that it's just a wall, so it's also you can tile along the walls to protect the wall, because we know kids will scratch the walls up, put their feet on, adults too. Same view, but just turn it a little bit to the left into the flex area. Same thing, picking up on that color. So here's an opportunity for some color in the lights, color in the flooring, color in the carpet, color in the furniture, which I know, Mickey will be working on that when the time comes. That is it. I'm happy to answer any questions or go back to anything, whatever you might need.
Any questions, board?
Looks great.
Hey, I've got one. Have we gotten away from the natural lighting? Some of the schools we had, like the natural lighting coming in from the roofs and
Tubes,
stuff.
like the
Solar
tubes
tubes,
or-
so, yes and no. So, if we can get natural light through windows, we will do it through windows. And so like you saw in that gym, we put them up high.
Right.
If we didn't have the windows, especially in the gym, that big of an area, we would do the solar tubes. The library doesn't need as much because you're going to get a lot of secondary light, not direct, but light coming in from both sides of the library. So, yes, we always want, the sun is your best lighting source we can get. So, but we don't do as many of the solar tubes because we do it in a better way with the windows these days.
Very good.
The windows in the cafeteria were very nice, too.
Thank you.
The whole wall of windows, yeah.
The
Very
windows in the
clean
gym, would they
design.
be like second floor height?
Yeah,
I go straight to safety. Like, is a ladder going to be able to?
Yeah, 12 foot
Okay.
to the sill.
Okay.
We had it at 10 and we were told make it 12. So credit the bill on that one.
I like 12.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job, Bill.
All right. Anything else?
All right,
Thank you, Mark.
Thank y'all.
All right, we'll now move into open forum, where community members can sign up to speak and address the board, but at this time, we did not have anyone sign up. So we will move to agenda item 8, consent agenda items A through M. Would anyone like to pull any items? No? Do we have a motion to approve consent agenda items A through M as presented?
So moved.
By trustee Scott and a second by trustee Humbird. Any comments or questions? Hearing none, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries 7-0. Next agenda item is request to canvass May 3rd, 2025 trustee election returns and certify election results.
So Board, the canvassing board met, and official results are as follows. In the race for trustee position 4, Brian Roberson received 58.08% of the vote. Regan Peterson received 41.92% of the vote. Brian Roberson received the majority of the votes cast. In the race for trustee position 5, Cheryl Harris received 53% of the vote, and Talisa Keel received 47% of the vote. Cheryl Harris received the majority of the votes cast. The ballot board stated that there were 5 provisional votes and 2 of them counted. Attached, you have each report that notes these results are unofficial. Results will become official once we canvass them this evening and are consideration for approval by the Board of Trustees.
All right. Do we have a motion that the results of the May 3rd, 2025 trustee election be canvassed and certified with the following winners being declared? Position 4, Brian Roberson, and position 5, Cheryl Harris.
So moved.
All right, by trustee Selsky.
Second.
Second by trustee Swinney. Any comments or questions?
Yeah, if you, sorry, excuse me, Madam President. I'd like to share something. This is going to pass, and that's great. I'm happy to welcome, new trustees and welcome back, Trustee Harris. But I felt compelled to say something, and I thank you for giving me some time. And I wrote my notes down because I don't want to ramble and I don't want to take up a lot of the board meeting. But this is coming not just from a trustee, but as a human and trying to make a difference. What I'm about to say might ruffle a few feathers, but that's okay. Some may see this as a black, brown, or white issue, but it's not. It's a human issue. And pretending we don't see color doesn't help anyone. Unless you're visually impaired, you see color. We all do. The question is, what do our actions say once we see it? We know the political climate right now is tense, it's chaotic. Name calling has replaced collaboration, and too often public service feels more like personal survival. But we as trustees, we signed up for more than just votes and meetings. We signed up to lead. When I ran back in 2021 for the first time, I heard it all. He's only running because he's black. What's his agenda? Why does he want to do this? Despite all that, I didn't flinch because I knew what I was called to do, and that was serve. I knew some people would never see past their own bias, and that's okay because they weren't my mission. They weren't my mission. These seats aren't ours to keep. We're just passing through, and we're doing our part. The real legacy is what we build while we're here. What we must do in times like this, especially in times like this, is lead by example. If we expect our students and our educators to engage in conflict resolution, empathy, and honest dialogue, we have to show them what it looks like in real time. If we can't do that, how can we ask it of them? And here's the truth that stings a little bit. These kind of political attacks only seem to show up when someone looks like me is on the ballot. So I have to ask, what are we looking to hold on to, and what are we afraid of might change if we let it go? If our motto is truly each student every day, then we need to live that out, not just in policy, but in spirit. That means supporting anyone who wants to be part of this work, regardless of where they come from, what they look like, or who they voted for. I may not always say the popular thing, and this may be career political suicide. I don't care. But I'm going to say the right thing. Because my job isn't to protect my seat. It's to serve these students and community with integrity. Thank you.
All right. Anyone else? No? All right. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries 7-0. Next agenda item is request to consider approval of the designation of Alvin ISD non-business days, HB 3033.
So Board, House Bill 3033 authorizes a governmental entity to designate up to 10 non-business days per calendar year that shall not be counted toward the period in which the entity must respond to a public information request. And attached, you have the calendar.
All right. Do we have a motion that the board approve the designated non-business days as presented? First by trustee Scott,
Second.
second by trustee Humbird. Any comments or questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries 7-0. Next agenda item is request to consider approval of cooperative purchase for track repair project at Shadow Creek High School.
Okay, Board, pursuant to CH Legal, whereby we can purchase from the State of Texas Cooperative Approved Vendor and CH Local, whereby we must advise the Board of expenditures exceeding $75,000 per line item of purchase, we request approval for an estimated expenditure of $577,000 to a cooperative vendor for the track repair project at Shadow Creek High School.
All right. Do we have a motion to authorize the superintendent or her designee to negotiate and enter into an agreement with Benyon Sports Surfaces for the repair of the Shadow Creek High School track in the amount of $577,000, utilizing by board contract and in accordance with board policy, CH Legal and CH Local? The agreement shall be awarded based on best value to the district, with final terms subject to review and approval by the superintendent or her designee. First by trustee Swinney,
I'll second.
second by trustee Garza. Any comments or questions?
Real quick.
Yes.
Sorry. We had a discussion about this at the workshop. I appreciate that. The only thing I didn't clarify was the start date for both well, I'll wait till the second, but I'll probably ask the same thing on the turf.
So, and jump in, Mr. Gesh, in a minute, but I know that I was told by our buildings, programs, maintenance, and Mr. Gesh, is that if approved tonight, then tomorrow they would process the PO, and then, Mr. Gesh, what, 2 weeks?
Okay, and so that 60 days plus 28 days cure time, if we're going backwards, looking for August 1st completion, June 1st is 60 days, which is a week or so away. So the 60-day completion plus the 28?
No, all the asphalt and everything will for sure be done by August 1st. The striping and some of that stuff.
Right, okay, all right, good deal.
Pending weather.
Right.
Mother Nature is a variable.
Hurricane season, sorry.
Okay. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries 7-0. Up next is request to consider approval of cooperative purchase for turf replacement at Alvin High School's Memorial Stadium.
So Board, 3 requests for qualifications were received for district-wide oh, I'm sorry, I'm on the wrong one, just a minute. My
It's 12.
yeah. The computer, I went to my book and okay, here we go. Pursuant to CH Legal, whereby we can purchase from the Texas State Cooperative Approved Vendor, and CH Local, whereby we must advise the Board of expenditures exceeding $75,000 per item of purchase, we request approval for an estimated expenditure of $677,490 to a by-board cooperative contract number 737-24, Field Turf USA for the synthetic turf football field replacement project at Alvin High School's Memorial Stadium.
All right, do we have a motion that the board approve the estimated expenditure of $677,490 for synthetic turf football field replacement project at Alvin High School's Memorial Stadium using a cooperative pricing as presented?
So moved.
All right, by trustee Selsky. Second by trustee Swinney. Any comments or questions?
I do have a question. I just noticed it. I should have noticed it earlier. We're talking an estimated. Do we have a top line? I know we could come in lower than that.
I mean, that's with the contingency in it, so that's the natural contingency in it, so that'll be the mark.
Okay.
That is the mark.
Okay, thank you.
For the turf.
Thank you.
And because the turf is a much simpler process than the track, it's not, we don't have to do dirt work.
And that's what I say. I thought that was a pretty good price because when we were told when we first put it in, the replacement would be in the million, right at $1 million. So I'm kind of impressed with that price.
Two quick questions. So same thing, start date, and then we're going with a different product this time, right?
The start date from, we'll process it, get the paperwork to them, and they'll start at the factory. It's 28 days manufacturing process to get it done, so I would hope that by the end of May, they've started the process to do that. When they get it, they ship it. 28 days manufacturing, delivery to site, and then it's about 21 days installation, about 3 weeks. So again, August 1 is our contracted complete date on that. And then this product is the same product, the companion product to Freedom Field, because it's a varsity field, and it also has, but it has the cool play in it, which is a different infill. It's the infill we use at Manville when we replace Manville year before last, and it will drop the temperature 10 to 15 degrees on it.
And I should have thought of this in the workshop, but any chance we can repurpose any of the turf that's coming up for anywhere around batting cages or anything like that?
We usually keep it and try to do anything with it we can.
All right.
We try not to let anything go to waste.
Appreciate it.
All right, any other questions? Hearing none, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries 7-0. Thank you. Up next, request to consider approval of contract for district-wide athletic trainers.
So Board, 3 requests for qualifications were received for district-wide athletic training support. We request that the board consider Methodist Hospital as our contract vendor for athletic trainers for the district, with a 12-year proven record of services to not only our students, but our staff and parents as well.
Very good. Do we have a motion that the board approve the contract renewal with Methodist Hospital for athletic trainers for the district?
So moved.
By trustee Garza, second by trustee Johnson. Comments or questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries 7-0. Up next, request to review 2025-2026 teacher appraisal calendar.
So each year, Board, Alvin ISD creates the local appraisal calendar included in the teacher local appraisal system within the District of Innovation Plan. Every year, a new teacher appraisal calendar is created to present to the board for information. It doesn't require board approval, but we've always brought it to the board for review.
Do we have a motion that the board reviews appraisal calendar as presented?
So moved.
By trustee Humbird, second by trustee Swinney. Any comments, questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries 7-0. All right, next is request to consider approval of employment of personnel.
So board attached, you will see several recommendations for hire, and these are for openings for next school year. We do have our Director of Maintenance on there, which fills the position that Mr. Barnes left, and that person's here this evening. So upon consideration, then I can introduce who he is, so y'all can put a name and a face together.
All right, do we have a motion that board approval be granted for requested personnel items as presented?
So moved.
By trustee Selsky, second by trustee Scott. Any comments or questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries 7-0. All right, and we are pulling agenda item 16, holding on to it till our next meeting, so we'll move to agenda item 17, request to consider approval of administrative appointment, associate principal at Alvin High School.
Okay, so board, real quick, before I read for number 17, can I introduce Bob Atkins? Bob, if he'll stand up. He's the new Director of Maintenance for Alvin ISD. He has 16 years of experience as an executive director at Santa Fe and of capital projects. So he's a great addition to our team. But Mr. DeVoe has been taking him around and introducing him to everyone, and he's hit the ground running. So thank you, Mr. Atkins, for joining Alvin ISD. I'm sorry. Okay, so number 17.
Yes.
This
Associate
is
principal.
associate principal at Alvin High School. So this is to replace Dr. Webb, who was named principal at Alvin Junior High School. So that created an opening. So for consideration this evening, the committee recommended to me, and I'm recommending to the board, Mr. Charles Moore. He's currently in his second year as an assistant principal at Iowa Colony High School, but prior to joining Alvin ISD, he served as the English Language Arts Curriculum Specialist for 2 years in Dickinson ISD. Mr. Moore spent over 19 years with Clear Creek Independent School District, where he held various roles, including the literacy coach at Brookside Intermediate, AP Language and English teacher at Clear Creek High School, English teacher at Clear Springs High School, and a resource inclusion teacher at both Brookside and Westbrook Intermediate Schools. And through the interview, he talked about team, he talked about coaching, and so he also coached for how many years, Mr. Moore? 16 years as a coach. Football? That and other sports. So he was also a coach. He brings 23 years of experience in education, and he received his bachelor's degree in exercise and sports science from Texas State University and his master's in curriculum and instruction with literary emphasis from the University of Houston. So my recommendation for consideration to the board is Mr. Charles Moore to serve as associate principal at Alvin High School.
All right, do we have a motion that board approval be granted for associate principal at Alvin High School as presented? First by trustee Scott, second by trustee Humbird. Any comments or questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Congratulations.
First, we know who you are. You're currently serving at Iowa Colony High School with Dr. Marquez, but do you want to introduce your family?
Thank you so much for the opportunity. Right here, this is Colton. He's graduating from high school next week, so we're kind of in the process. Nice. Working through that. He's going to be going to the University of Houston in the fall to study engineering. So
Very good.
Awesome. Congratulations.
this is our daughter Ainsley, the freshman of the year at her high school dance team. So we're very, very proud of her.
All right.
And then I think you might know Rachel Moore. She's the assistant director of communications at Alvin Independent School.
Thank you.
We
Congratulations.
like that orange tie, buddy.
Very good.
Congratulations.
Up next is request to consider approval of administrative appointment, Executive Director of Elementary Education.
So, board, this evening, my recommendation and the committee's recommendation to the board for consideration of Executive Director of Elementary Education is Ms. Victoria Kwan. Ms. Kwan is currently serving Alvin ISD as the Director of Professional Learning. She previously served Alvin ISD as the principal of Pomona Elementary for 4 years and assistant principal for 5 years, both at Wilder Elementary and Pomona Elementary. Before joining Alvin ISD team, Victoria served Alief Independent School District as an assistant principal for 5 years and a content specialist for 3 years. She also previously taught in HISD for 6 years and was named Alvin ISD's Elementary Principal of the Year. Victoria has 25 years of experience in education, 11 of those being here in Alvin ISD. She received her bachelor's degree in Hotel and Restaurant Management from the University of Houston, her alternative certification from Region 4, and her master's in Educational Management from the University of Houston Clear Lake. So my request is for consideration for Ms. Victoria Kwan for Executive Director of Elementary Education.
All right. Do we have a motion that board approval be granted for Executive Director of Elementary Education as presented?
So moved.
By trustee Garza,
Second.
second by trustee Humbird. Any comments or questions?
Yeah, I know we talked about it in workshop, but I don't remember if we got it like a date. Do we have a date for the new org chart, or no, we're just still working on it?
No, it'll be sometime this summer, because it won't just be these 2 positions, there'll be some other shuffle.
My comments carry over from the workshop, and I know for time-wise, again, I believe, I'm not sure, but I believe this will pass. Ms. Kwan was my son's first principal as I got introduced to Alvin ISD, so I'm no doubt that this job can be done by her. The questions I had, just as I had in the workshop, we just talked about our 23rd elementary school, and I know Ms. Pilter had this under her belt for years and has done a fantastic job doing that. We're here as stewards and managers of the outcomes of this district, and as we're growing, I'm not real particular on the titles and the changes, and maybe I don't have a full understanding of it, but I believe that if this role was important, like I said, at 30,000 students just a couple of months ago, because we lose someone or to retirement or whatever that may be, I feel like at minimum, a support role for Ms. Pilter would have allowed us to stay on track, because the growth is not stopping. And I don't know that I agree completely with changing the titles and still having the work being done if we shift it, right? I'm not settled on that.
Any other comments, questions? All right, hearing none. All in favor? 1, 2, 3, 4. And opposed? 2. So 5-2. All right. Did you want to have Victoria?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. She told me her husband probably couldn't come this evening because her daughter had something. But Ms. Kwan, if you'll stand, everyone knows you, so I'm sorry. Ms. Kwan, congratulations.
Right.
Oh, where is he? Well, they're not sitting next to each other. I thought she said, does my family need to come? And I said, no. And I don't know if she said you weren't feeling well or Riley had something. But anyway, if you'll please introduce your husband and Riley.
Awesome.
Awesome. Congratulations. Thank you, Mitchell. Thank you for sharing Victoria with us, because I know she puts in a lot of time. So thank you.
All right, next agenda item is request to consider approval of administrative appointment, Executive Director of Secondary Education.
So Board, the Executive Director of Secondary Education recommendation from the committee and then also from myself is Mr. Craig Rhodes. He's currently in his 4th year as principal at Shadow Creek High School. Previously, he served as principal at McNair Junior High for 3 years, principal at Don Jeter Elementary School for 2 years. He also served as an assistant principal at Harvey Junior High for 4 years, Alvin High School for 5 years. He began his educational career as a SPED teacher for 4 years when we had Alvin Reach program. Craig was honored as Principal of the Year. He brings over 22 years of educational experience, all of which has been within Alvin ISD. Craig received his bachelor's degree in industrial distribution from Texas A&M University and his master's degree in educational management from the University of Houston Clear Lake. So my recommendation for consideration to the board is Mr. Craig Rhodes.
All right, do we have a motion that board approval be granted for Executive Director of Secondary Education as presented?
So moved.
Oh, Trustee Scott, who was second? Trustee Selsky? Okay. Any comments or questions?
Yeah, sorry, me again. Similar to item 18, I just, maybe I can share this analogy. I didn't get to it in the workshop. We're losing a phenomenal person in Dr. Valdez, and I know Dr. Martinez is already exited. From my understanding, these titles were previously labeled as Associate Superintendents of Elementary and Secondary. And again, I just believe that as we continue to grow, if those roles were vital, you know, if I lost my CEO, if you will, I'm going to try to replace them with another CEO, right? I don't want to have someone come in, regardless of if they can do the job or not. If they're qualified to do the job, I think the title for everybody involved, wherever this chart ends up looking like, I think if they're qualified to do the job, like Ms. Kwan is, and obviously Mr. Rhodes is, the title and quite frankly, the compensation should follow. I just really believe that. We have some people that do tremendous work in this district, and they're the backbone of what we need to have accomplished every single day. And I want to make sure that as we continue to grow, they understand that, at least from my perspective, that these things are important. And if they were important 2 months ago, 6 months ago, they're going to continue to be important tomorrow. I share the same sentiments as I did previously. I have no doubt Mr. Rhodes can do this job. I've seen him touch every corner of this district, even at Shadow Creek, at the events, and I don't know how they do it. I don't envy him. I don't know how you guys do it every day, but that's just my thoughts on where we are with these two positions.
Thank you.
Yeah, I have similar sentiments. I think for me, when I think about these two roles, it's not necessarily about one thing happening. It's more of a domino effect and really understanding the totality of it. I think organizational charts are critically important in really understanding the overall premise of what will ultimately happen. And as Superintendent Nielsen shared, that won't be in completion until the summertime. So I think for me, I just need a little bit more information, I would say. And similar to Trustee Johnson, I'm over the top impressed by these two individuals. I think I've known Principal Rhodes since he was my son's principal at Dunn Jeter. So a very long time, a fan of his work and what he does and brings to the table. And we won't even talk about how much he works. But nonetheless, super impressed by those things. But I think it's about a couple of other things that we discussed in our workshop and really understanding, for me, the organizational chart and what that looks like for the future of Alvin ISD.
Anything else? All right, all in favor? 4, any opposed? Did you vote yes? Okay, and 2 opposed. All right. Congratulations, Dr. Rhodes.
Mr. Rhodes, will you introduce your, will you introduce your guests that you brought with you this evening?
All the way from West Columbia. I brought my mama, Jackie Walker, so she's here tonight to support, and then my administrative team has been not doing it for the last couple of years. I brought them as well, so.
Congratulations. Thank you.
All right, and that brings us to adjournment. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved?
By Trustee Humbard, second by Trustee Johnson. All in favor? Motion carries 7-0. Thank you.
You knew it.